What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here.
Hello.
We are back with the Pound and Slash Marvel Media Podcast.
man.
This is Ralph Pounds.
Hello. I'm here.
I am Depraved Slasher.
And we are doing
And we have a huge episode for you. So, we're actually recording this waiting for Black Widow to release on Disney+.
We're going to be completely drained.
Nah.
Nah.
I had a 2-hour nap. What you talking about?
I had a 30-minute nap. So I'm going to be completely drained, but I'm going to be up as shit to watch this. So let's do it.
So, we're going to be going over the last episode of Loki that came out, which was episode 5.
Fantastic.
We're going to be covering the What If trailer that dropped today.
Almost cried. That tear. I had to put that tear fucking way the fuck back.
We're going to be talking about the news.
Yep.
And we're also going to be covering and tearing the special Simpsons episode, The Good, the Bart, and the Loki.
Sure.
So,
sure.
Let's go ahead and jump into this, Ralph.
Oh,
go ahead and
right.
start with the news.
My turn. Let's do it. Hello. Well, let's just start off with a bang here. Marvel Studios president says that they will no longer have movie deals over a long term. Basically, based on how reporters asking, like, are you going to have, like, deals like, Chris Hemsworth, Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and he's basically saying it will vary between project to project, cast to cast. He really wants people to come in, to feel excited. Like, if I bring you, you need to be, like, excited to come in, but don't come in. And I get it, no, and it's no shade to, like, the other people. It's, like, fantastic job of all of them, But he's saying, like, at the time, like, during Age of Ultron, they were like, well, this might be Chris Evans' last little movie, and then it all depends on how much it makes, or so on and so forth. So we need people to come in and be like,
we want to be here.
We want to be here. So that's pretty much, like, why he can't really give you a 12-year. Some people may get 12 years. Some people may just get 1 year and just be done. So, what are your thoughts on that, man?
I don't really have any. Honestly, that's how they should have been doing it all along.
Okay.
And that's honestly what they've kind of been doing. The only people that have been locked in are the major players.
Right.
I'm not a big... So it sucks that they're still going to need to lock some people in for long-term deals.
Right.
They're going to have to, because if you're developing a story to get to a certain point and you need specific characters to be there, you need those actors to be willing to take those roles for long periods of time.
Right.
Prime example, whenever they get into this whole building up the Young Avengers, which we'll get into here in a little bit.
Right.
The people that are playing these Young Avengers need to be locked in for 10, 15 years.
At least, man.
In order to tell the stories they want to tell with them.
Right.
Because if you start getting to the point where you're just replacing actors constantly to fit where they need to go...
Fans are going to be pissed anyway, but fans are going to be really like, what's going on? Then they'll be going on Twitter...
Right.
ranting all over the freaking place. It's just like with Tom Holland, even though he says he's coming back, but at first when we did a third or fourth podcast, he was saying like, well, I might take a break here and there. I'm like, what? We need you here every day. No, let me stop. Right? Like, we need you here every day.
Nah, motherfucker, you are Spider-Man. That is all you can be.
Until Miles Morales comes back, you are Spider-Man. You stop that. You stop it. You can't do that, man. All right, so the next thing we got, Thor 4 director reveals that Thor Love and Thunder will be completely different than Thor Ragnarok.
Wyeth Takiti or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, Taika Waititi. He's basically saying it's very different. Ragnarok. It's crazier. I'll tell you what's different. There will be more emotion in this film, a lot more love, which in the name.
Jane Foster's in it though. I mean, you expect that,
right? You expect that from it. He's basically like, of course, more Thor is going to be there, but he's basically saying like it's going to be like very, very emotional. And it's putting off some serious 80s vibe to it. Like little...
That was Ragnarok.
So he's basically like, just like, it's more...
If anybody expected anything else other than more emotion, they obviously have no clue what the story is going to be about. This is actually going to be the story of how Jane Foster becomes Lady Thor. Right. Or the Mighty Thor is what her name is.
Right. It's interesting. I mean, I guess they're going to try to rekindle. I mean, and I'm not too mad about that, but I thought maybe they kind of let that die off after Thor 2, and then we kind of did our thing. I mean, they hinted it. Even he's like, "Well, she's doing this," and I'm like, "Okay." Like, I guess they're gonna try to rekindle their match back to their love with each other. I guess
they need to.
Okay,
that is Thor's love interest in the comics. Yeah, Jane Foster and Thor.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I thought maybe they kind of let it go. Not let it go, but back burner because he's doing his own thing.
Right, but that own thing is done now.
Right.
It's time to move on with life.
When we get to
which
that
will
later.
be coming back here soon.
We will, because the fans are at it.
No, keep going. We'll get there.
We'll get there. She-Hulk says that that she is also going to be talking to real life celebrities. We don't know what these real life, but like she's just based like the She-Hulk, the TV show feature, will be interacting with real life celebrities. Yep.
So here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be direct interaction. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but She-Hulk in the comics was breaking the fourth wall.
Right, she broke the fourth wall.
Well before Deadpool was doing it.
Oh shit! Really?
She was the original Marvel hero to do that.
Wow.
So I think when she speaks to real life celebrities or whatever, it's going to be in fourth wall breaking moments where she like looks at the camera and says something. And it'll be like, really, Ryan? If she's like talking about Ryan Reynolds
right.
or whatever.
Or some name quote like, "Don't tell me the odds." Like, did you just break a Han Solo moment, woman? You can't do that.
But yeah, I'm excited for that show because I love courtroom dramas, and I think that's gonna be a good one.
It's funny. I wish if we ever had like they have pictures of it too. It's like, you know, comics of showing her like actually breaking the fourth wall, and Deadpool's like, I thought that was my gig. I'm like, no, like I'm doing this too. So, good luck though. But that's pretty interesting though. All right, what else we got? Oh, there's some Funko Pops going to come out from What If. Like, I mean, I know
already.
Yep.
Yeah.
From like what Killmonger would look like as Black Panther, of course, the usual, But what's her name? Captain Bryn Mawr, Captain Carter, or she got a What If Gary come out, or what if a Funko Gary come out. I was like, yo, that's cool. I mean, I just thought that was pretty cool to like put that out there. And they got for Loki people out there, they have Funko Pops for Loki, young Loki,
Alligator
Loki, which I need to get that bad boy so much. I just want Alligator Loki. Ever since he bit the hand off of Loki, I'm like, I didn't.
Which, by the way, I have a theory on that. Keep going.
Oh my god. This theories, man. All right. So now the next couple news we got is, okay, Marvel Studios will empower the LGBTQIA plus stories in the future, promises producer Victoria Alonso. It said it takes time, but we will do our best to be consistently try to represent them as much as possible. So
that's great.
I mean, that's great.
Although I need you guys as community to stop adding letters. I love y'all. Y'all are fantastic. But for fuck's sake, you guys are going to have the whole alphabet in there before it's over.
We can't do that. It's too many letters.
Like, it was LBGT for the longest.
Then now it's
Or no, it was just LBG.
It was LBG.
And then they added the T.
Right.
And now it's LB, and then it was LBGTQ.
You're right.
And now there's an I and an A.
And that's fine. We can go there right, but I'm like, please stop adding so much.
Oh for
man.
fuck's sake! Again, I love you guys. You guys are great.
And I can't wait to see because I didn't know like there were certain characters who besides the usual, I didn't know there was other characters who are in that. Yeah. I didn't know that. Like I'm just once again just sucking it all in like a sponge. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of characters who are involved.
Well, they're creating them some too.
Well, yeah, creating them too.
I'm actually excited to see. So there's a new X-Men that's coming in.
Oh shit.
That is an LGBTQ character.
Okay.
The character actually looks really cool, and I'm super stoked to see what they do with their origin story, and I'm also super stoked to see if they add them into the MCU once they bring in the mutants.
Right.
But yeah, like I'm always completely down for the the LGBTQ community to be represented. And my only complaint, the only thing I don't want to see are existing heroes just change.
Yeah, like
there's
a gay Captain America, and that's fine, I guess. But
he's a different character.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just.
That's not Steve Rogers.
Oh, okay. I thought he was Steve Rogers. I was like, could they just try a different like Captain America altogether? Like okay.
No. So here's what I don't want. I don't want people changed racially, sexually,
right,
sexual preferencely,
right,
just for the sake of inclusion.
Right, just to
I want to see Marvel create new characters for representation.
Right, representation. Right.
That is that's going into Eternals here in a couple months.
Right.
My biggest complaint with the Eternals, is they've completely changed the sex of like half the fucking team.
Yes, they did. Huh? It's kind of weird. I mean, not weird, but that's interesting how they did that.
And they made one of the Eternals gay.
Which I thought that... So he was...
I don't think he wasn't... Now, if he was, that's my bad. Cool, keep him that way.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, just create new characters. That's all I'm saying.
Because Marvel can Marvel can.
I mean, to be fair, they're gonna need a lot more characters soon, anyways, because as these heroes get older and they want to put them in the MCU,
right,
they're going to need to be replaced to begin with.
Right, and they said they're also, and then speaking of what you just said, they're also going to take up, race, gender, class, sexual orientation, religion, mental health, and disability. And Flex was concerned that it provides advice on how to avoid migrant risk. So basically, they're going to basically. Not just like, last one said a plus behind it. They're going to basically tack on everything. I mean, just like with Falcon Winter Soldier, they tacked on the race in there too. Along with, how they're like, oh, you can't beat Captain America. Like, yes, I can. Like, come on, let's go. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see what they do with that. So, and then we got some little dreadful news. God dang it. They're not going on Comic-Con.
That doesn't bother me.
I know it doesn't bother you, but that would...
You're not going to Comic-Con.
I would love to go to fucking Comic-Con.
We all would, but we're not going.
Love to go Comic-Con. Both Marvel and DC have basically pretty much said that.
I'm going to tell you what. Mm-hmm. These huge conventions like Comic-Con...
do they spoil too much?
There's the video game one that they do.
Gen Con.
Not Gen Con.
No.
That's a board game one.
That's a board game one. What is that? E3.
E3.
Bingo.
My favorite things come from the people that don't go to them. Nintendo hasn't gone to E3 in like 5 years.
Fuck, they haven't.
They still do E3 videos.
Yeah, they got their own little showcase, but it's on YouTube.
But they put it on YouTube.
Huh.
Marvel has been doing this now where they do reveal trailers and things like that. Like they did that mashup video a couple months back.
Right, yeah.
Where they were talking about everything coming into Facebook.
Yeah, when Stan Lee's
honestly, if they just keep doing that, I don't give a fuck about Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I don't need, Tom Hiddleston coming back in dressed as Loki being like, hey, there's a season 2.
Say my name.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, and it's the fans, man. And I get it.
Comic-Con
stick
to being about comics.
It's then got since MCU blew up now, that's when they, and it's sad though, because really you're right, it should have stayed with comics. Now it's like Iron Man 1, 2, 3, Avengers. Fuck comics. Let's just go to movies. Let's just see what the movie section is about. And that's what people are really dying. And people, fans are pissed off. They're like, what? There's not even a virtual, because usually they do, because with the whole situation, they were doing virtual Comic-Con also.
My fuck the fan speech is being held. Just remember that.
There's
a specific news story.
He said the fan speech, and he's making me laugh.
FTF.
He's making me laugh, bro. Oh my god, that's funny. All right, so now let's just go with a bang here. The fans are basically demanding. I knew I was gonna find it. MCU, we're basically saying we want prequels.
All right,
here we go,
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna drink to this because they want a Thanos prequel, they want a Bucky prequel, they want everything prequel.
To all of you that are demanding prequels, as a Marvel fan, fuck you, and I will tell you why.
This is like our 20th time dealing with fans. Holy crap, man!
Dude, fans suck. Listen. No matter what they do, prequel movies are not going to add to the story.
Right. Unless they add story.
They're their own little pocket, but they do nothing for the MCU.
They really don't.
Honestly, yes, we're waiting for this Black Widow movie that should have came out,
10 years
last
ago.
year.
Well, last year,
but then they've also should have made it 7, 8, 9 years ago.
Yeah, that should be like a phase 1 right after.
What is this going to add to the MCU? Really? We're going to get Yelena Below, whatever the fuck her name is.
I'm sorry, I should laugh.
Yelena Baloney as a character.
You made me laugh. Whatever the fuck she's up by. She said, well, the reviews, they said she steals the show. That is great.
Which I'm excited for.
Wonderful. Can't wait.
They might use her in the Young Avengers. She could be the Black Widow of the Young Avengers. Cool.
Right. It seems like that's where they're fucking going for the whole thing.
And we're also either going to get probably Red Guardian or Taskmaster brought into whatever group that
right, it seems like
Julia Dreyfus is building.
Which I guess we get to see what her character is, because we didn't give a fuck about her character in the Falcon Winter Soldier game.
Did I already know who she is? She's Viper.
Oh, so she's still... So, okay. Right. Okay.
She is Madam Hydra. She is building up
Which, once again, we're going back to fucking Hydra.
We'll never get rid of them assholes.
But the fans are like,
but
we want this, we want... This, why a Thanos?
This story is not going to majorly impact...
Nothing.
Anything.
I mean, they got a little picture in Phase 4. I'm like, that shouldn't even be in Phase 4. We are now in the guys, we're in the multiverse,
They
y'all.
legit should have just made this movie 9 years ago. Honestly, just being honest. I don't want to see all these prequels come out that don't do anything for the story.
I hope to God
we need
don't do that,
the story to progress forward. You can't go forward if you're constantly sitting in the past. For fuck's sake, fans, let it go.
Yeah, you gotta let it go.
Let it go. All those people you love that were in all the first
and we
30
love them
movies,
too. We love them
they're
too.
gone.
They're gone.
It's time to move on.
Iron Man's gone.
You
Cap's
guys are the
gone.
same motherfuckers that want to have holograms of your dead relatives because you just cannot let go.
You are terrible. I'm sorry. That's not funny. From Captain America Civil War, just have holograms of your...
No, you didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't. Are you for real?
There's a company that is trying to get, like, they have their families come in.
Uh-huh.
And, well, they're starting off with just pictures.
Oh, that's gonna be...
where you can, like, they come in, they get their likeness and image, and you can take pictures with your family that has passed away, but they're still here.
Oh, that's creepy. I'm sorry. That's kind of
And
disturbing.
that's eventually going to go into having holograms that can talk to you and things like guys.
That's kind of scary.
Loss of family is a part of life. It's something you're supposed to experience. You're supposed to go through the grieving process. It's a character building. It's a character building process. Like, let it go.
Right.
It's not healthy.
Once again, if we started this out with this I feel like they're gonna know it's like the podcast. Like, they just hate fans. Yes, we do. I mean,
I don't hate fans.
I don't hate them. Let me stop. I don't hate fans. Let me stop that. Let me stop the cap on that. I don't hate fans.
I hate the attitude most of you are bringing to the table.
Right, because the first thing we started off with, the billboard. That was the second, third podcast we started. I'm like, bring Tony Stark back. Why? Why? He's gone. I wish I could find a theory behind, like, oh, he'll come back. Why? Ironheart's coming. Literally,
why do you want Tony Stark back? Dude, he's old. He don't want to do this shit no more.
Right.
RDJ?
Hey, he gonna be like Sylvester Stallone, Rambo,
legit,
that shit.
go through and binge watch the movies and just watch how much he ages, dude.
Yeah,
he's done.
aging. Yeah, you can just see he's
done.
I mean, it's just like with Dave Bautista. He even said it, like, I mean, go back to that too. He said, like, he's going to be 50. Oh, is it 50 when
55, I think.
He said what?
It was 50 or 55.
55, but I'm saying, like, he's gonna be almost 60 when fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 3 come out. That's why you gotta let these characters go, y'all. I mean, I love to see Drax doing Drax shit, but unfortunately, I'm gonna let him go too.
I would love to see RDJ stay young and do this for 30 more years.
Hell yeah.
I would love for that, but it's unrealistic.
It's right. It is.
Move along.
It is very unrealistic.
Let it go.
Like, they are just like
these actors do get old.
Look at you. He's like, bro, he put a song behind
Next
it.
move.
Yeah, I got you.
Next news.
Next news. Yes, I got you, man. All right, so basically, you want me to start talking about the what? I mean, we're just talk about the what ifs and news.
No, just news.
Okay, news. All right,
we're gonna talk about that separately.
All right, so basically, Yellow Jacket actor Carol Stoll is reported set to return in some shape in Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania.
Let him go too. He sucked. Come on.
Well, technically, he didn't really die though. I mean, he shrunk to shit, but he didn't really go.
No, so my problem is he was a boring villain. Do not get me wrong. I love the first Ant-Man movie. It was fun.
Right.
It actually made me care about a character that, again, which Marvel's done a lot of.
Which is kind of crazy.
He made me care about a character Ant-Man. I gave zero fucks about.
Bro, how the hell that happened? Ant-Man, he can shrink. Wow, that's it.
Right.
Damn.
But
God Lord.
All Yellow Jacket was Ant-Man.
He was Ant-Man. Literally, in the comics, isn't he Hank Pym in the comics? I thought he was Hank Pym in the comics. I thought
it starts off Hank Pym and then it goes into who it is now.
Right. It's so now they said because they see Yellow Jacket's helmet. They supposedly have screenshots of Yellow Jacket's helmet, and it's like, oh, yo, possibility that could happen now. And then
you might be getting stories mixed. His helmet was in Loki.
It wasn't Loki. Oh, shit. My fault, guys. I'm still trying. But he's basically saying he's going to come back in shape or form, basically ready to, I guess.
No, I mean, as long as they do something with it other than, like, I'm here for revenge. Like, fuck out of here.
You know what? I hope not. Please let him just come.
Loki is the only character I've been cool with doing that, and that's because Tom Hiddleston's an amazing actor.
He just is, man. He just is, bro. Like, with this character, I would like for him to, like, just help the multiverse. I would like for him to just go help the multiverse out. Like, do do them have his little moment with Ant-Man, Wasp, revenge, or not
disappear.
Right, just disappear. Go into another. All right, the next thing we got a burp. We got a burp. I'm sorry. The next thing we also have is the Rhino. This is the last thing we got. The Rhino is basically reporting saying he has his doubts about the movie. Like he has a little bit of doubting about it, which is he's set to return as the Rhino, Paul Giamatti.
He has his doubts? Doubts about what?
He's basically saying that he doesn't like how, I guess his character is gonna, which newsflash, dude, your character was shining anyway.
Oh, you don't like that Marvel probably fixed your character?
Right, you don't like how the character might be
because
changed.
your character was trash at the end of Amazing
Fuck
Spider-Man
whatever you talk
2?
about. Yo, Paul Giamatti, MVP, give that man no, let me stop.
No, I don't have a problem with him as an actor.
No,
his character.
No,
Rhino doesn't ride around in mech suits.
I am a rhino. Hear me roar. I am the Rhino.
All right.
But that's all I got, guys.
So, that's going to do it for the news. We're going to move into the next thing, which we're going to be talking about the What If trailer. And oh my God. Guys, August 11th. And did you see Wednesday releases?
Yes, Wednesday releases.
I think this is going to be Disney Plus's new thing.
Yeah.
Their TV shows for Marvel are going to be on Wednesday. Which is actually going to work out great. And I think they did that because other shows have different days.
Right.
Like, we already know that, like, Mandalorian's Friday.
Right. That's Friday.
So, like, if there's ever time, like, Mandalorian has a show coming out, the Mighty Ducks show that they're doing that's weird is coming out.
I saw one episode, not bad.
Marvel has their things come out. So that way, like, if all three shows have an episode that comes out during the same week, it's on different days. So you're not...
Disney scheduled that shit, too. That's kind of smart. Like, so you got your Marvel shit, you got your Star Wars shit, and you got your random-ass Disney shit. Let's go. And they got movies that somehow play a little mixture in there, too, somewhere, like around the weekend also.
So I really like that they're doing that.
That trailer was...
The trailer itself is fantastic. Obviously, some sad news is there's a lot of... You smiled throughout the whole movie?
Yep.
The whole trailer.
It looked like a movie.
But a lot of the voice actors aren't coming back.
Yeah.
Because they're busy doing other things.
Yeah,
like, prime example, the guy's not coming back to, what's his face?
Tony Stark.
Well, we knew he wasn't going to do it. He's trying to separate himself from Marvel.
Stephen Strange. Or is it,
Cumberbatch,
yeah, he's not coming back.
Is that his name? Benedict Cumberbatch? Something like that?
Carol Danvers is not coming back.
Right. But they're off doing other things.
That's fine.
Prime example, Benedict is actually filming, or at least he was at the time this was all being done, was actually filming a new Doctor Strange movie. Like, he's busy, he's tied up doing that.
So he can't
as well as scenes for Spider-Man and things like that.
Yeah, he's in like 2 movies right now. Holy shit.
Right.
Yeah,
and all these guys have their own other movies that they're doing, too.
Right. And the big thing is, too, like, with financial reasons, too, like, because I was just reading that, and I was like, oh, okay, they're not even getting... Well, they're going to get a cut, but it won't be as a huge amount from, like, oh, you see the face in the movie, but...
Well, they're not going to get as big a cut, because it's like, hey, we just need your voice.
Yeah.
Like, come in, spit a few lines.
Which I was shocked that Chris... I mean, I guess I was shocked that Chris Hemsworth kind of... I would have been like, no, I'm out, too.
Hemsworth?
Yeah.
Nah.
You think so? Okay.
Dude, I think he's fallen in love with the Thor character.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's one of the people that also was questioning whether he was going to do it, but ever since they switched up his whole tone,
they switched.
He's all for it, dude.
Yeah, he wants to stay Thor for the rest of his life, which
I'm cool with,
and I'm cool with that too. See, he's somebody I could go until he hits about Robert Downey Jr. He can get the fuck out.
No, honestly, I'm cool with all these dudes being in it for as long as they want to, and then when they want to go, let them go, move on.
Right.
But you guys, as fans, need to let them move
go on, because like you saying your demands, who the hell? We hate going back to this.
Anyways,
go ahead.
A lot of cool stories are going to come out of the What If.
Yeah.
Like we know Marvel Zombies, which is the episode I'm obviously most looking forward to.
That's going to be tight.
My name is Depraved Slasher.
A zombie. Hello.
We're going to get... Now, this one worries me.
Even though I want to see it, but it worries
excited. I'm excited for it, but I'm worried.
Right.
So...
We talked about this, too.
Chris Bosman...
Yeah, Chad
Bosman. Yeah. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Is coming back, or Boseman, I think is actually how it's pronounced.
Yep.
Is coming back, or his voice is coming back for the T'Challa character.
And when I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's him.
Which I'm stoked for. And it is him.
It's him.
I'm excited to hear what is like the last thing he's a part of coming out. I'm worried, though, that it's going to be the episode that I'm least interested in. Because it's him replacing
Peter
Quill as Star-Lord. And Star-Lord is literally the reason I dislike the movies that they're in. Like, I mean, I like them, don't get me wrong, but it's like literally for me in the MCU, my 2 least favorite movies are the Guardians movies. And And I understand why people like him.
Right.
But I'm not a big fan of that Peter Quill character. I'm not a fan of Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
I never have been. He's the reason I haven't watched the new Jurassic Park movies.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Really
I'm not a fan of him as an actor.
And that's fine. Like I said, because really, they are good. Like Jurassic, the whole story concept. But I mean, which
Ralph, you like Fast 9? Shut up.
It's about family. Fuck whatever you say. It's about family. Yep, I'm going off.
I'm
going off.
Where's? I need a fishing pole.
You don't need space when you got family. Watch that on TikTok. Damn.
But no, I'm not a Chris Pratt fan. So I'm worried that it's going to be the episode. Like it's one of the episodes I'm most excited for, just to hear Chadwick.
Yeah, just it. That's it. Just to hear that, man. That should be
But
good.
on the other end,
but then it's like, well,
it's a story and a character being played that I don't like. I'm not a Guardians fan, guys. I'm sorry. I don't like the whole
cool, but,
I don't like the dysfunctional family feel. I think that's what really gets me.
Right.
Is they legit feel like they hate each other for the first movie and a half. Like, at least when the Avengers are bickering, it's jokingly until Civil War.
Bingo.
But then they actually fight it out.
Right. Bro, they fight like a family, like a family for real. But this one was more like, all right, we gotta get the money. Let's go to collector. Okay, I'm cool. We're happy now. I'm like, hey, we're happy. Let's go get it.
So, I mean, I'm hoping it's a good episode. I'm super excited for the Captain Carter episode.
Yeah, that's
where she takes over, where she becomes the super soldier.
She did a money shot. She ripped that tank a new one.
I'm excited to see
the Doctor Strange one.
The Doctor Strange one, where I'm guessing he becomes a villain, is what it looks like.
Like he's evil. I don't know. It just looks. He don't look like he's good. Like
there's also an episode in there that is Steve Rogers becoming Spider-Man.
I saw. Yeah, these are some.
There's an episode that's what if Tony Stark
met Killmonger. Which, bro, isn't it the first scene of Iron Man? He chugged that motherfucker, and he's like, "I got you." He said, "Have we met before?" I went, "Bruh."
But yeah, the what if you guys haven't seen it, check out the trailer. Fantastic trailer. It's got me super stoked. Starts August 11th, running 10 episodes long. I'm guessing they're going to be 30-minute episodes.
Yep. Like you said, it's going to be hit or miss depending on
We'll obviously be covering each episode like we do everything else. We've only got like 3 weeks off in between for us to go back and finish Avengers.
And maybe something else.
Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Either start something new or have a movie.
Right. Hopefully it's a movie, but no one else would be.
And actually, there's 2 Marvel movies that come out during the span of What If.
Who is that?
Venom.
Yeah, September. Oh, shit. Yes, it is. Damn. Yeah, it is. Venom.
And Shang-Chi.
Oh, fuck. Really? Damn. They both come out. God damn it. I forgot.
Because What If is a 10-episode series.
Shit, that's going to go right into it.
That's 10
weeks.
We're
never going to no break. We're going to start.
I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it. We're going to come back in like 2 months. All right, so remember that.
And we're also changing up how we're doing TV shows, by the way, again.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are probably like, you guys change it up all the time, all 3 of you.
Right.
But yeah, we're only going to be covering 2 hours of a TV show at a time. That's about the same time as a movie.
Right.
So if they're 1 hour episodes, 2 episodes. If they're 30-minute episodes, we'll cover 4 episodes. I just feel like those ones just seem to always take up 2 hours of recording time, and our podcast don't need to be that long.
And we're going to be like, hey, remember this box that we did? We're going to come back to it in like 10 years. Now let me stop.
All right. So moving on from the trailer.
Yep.
The next thing we were going to cover, which we were actually going to do a separate episode of this, for this. But we are going to cover... We're going to go ahead and do it. The Good, the Bad, and the Loki. Or The Good, the Bart, and the Loki. Which was the Simpsons... attempt at a special.
Here we go. You want to go? You go.
Okay, here's what you guys got to understand. For what it was enjoyable.
I enjoyed it.
For what it was.
I laughed throughout the whole thing.
It was enjoyable.
No,
my favorite part, honestly, was seeing the guy holding the sign in the background that said, "This is what happens when Fox and Disney merge."
Yep. Yeah. That was good. I saw that. That was a good one.
That's the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, I saw that. I caught that. I was like, was that what he was talking about? Like the low heel device when they merged. Like I liked that too.
So here's the thing. 6 minutes, you all should have time to watch it if you have Disney Plus.
Right.
Is it worth watching? Maybe once.
Yeah, I'll probably never go back to it.
I'll never see it again.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Unless somebody pays me a lot of money to do it.
Right.
Like a couple grand. That never happened.
It has some moments, like when Lisa was like...
So here's my complaint.
Oh, you go.
I was really hoping for a Family Guy-esque Star Wars spoof from Simpsons, but for Marvel. I wanted maybe for them to do
they would have killed
the first Avengers movie as a whole, but in Springwood, which I thought would have been cool. Right. And they build up this amazing poster or digital design for it that's got all these Springfield characters with all the powers.
Right.
They're all superheroes. Right. But then all of a sudden, you don't really get to see anybody do anything. You see Lisa. You see Lisa become Thor. She gets to be Thor for all of a minute and a half.
Right. She's like, because he blasts her. He's like, oh God, no, I'm your sister. Like, oh damn.
Right.
Just blast her own sister to shit.
So you can see that happen.
But yeah, that happens.
And then everybody just shows up as Avengers.
Even so, they're useless. I'm like, okay, damn, they're useless. Nobody can.
And then the episode's over.
Yeah, it's it.
And then you get like a post-credit scene that's Ralph Wiggum as Hulk doing the Avengers scene, which is funny, by the way.
That is.
I did enjoy that. He was smashing him around.
He said, "Privacy, please."
And then you get a second post-credit scene. That was actually one of the scenes from Loki where old girl, Ravonna, is yelling at Loki.
Right, what's your judge or jury or whatever. Yeah.
Like, and then it's over. It's 6 minutes, guys. Six whole minutes, and that's my problem.
Yeah. And the rest were taken up by credits, too.
Like, at least give me 35, 40 minutes. Right. Make it a full special. Make it to where we actually see Barney as Iron Man.
Oh, look, bro.
That is his name, right?
I hope that's his name.
I think it's Barney.
Or the Mo thing. He's like, I'm not Mo. You're killing the people. Worth it. As he drinks the beer.
Right.
I would like to have seen that shit, bro. That was funny.
But yeah, you never got to see anybody actually be superheroes other than Lisa.
Yeah.
She got to be Thor.
Right. And that's the sad part. I thought he was bullshit when I saw 6 minutes. And then it really, if you want to be blunt, it's just credits. It's really just 4 minutes. If you just take the credits out. Because I'm like... Oh.
The credits are just as long as a fucking show.
Ain't that a bitch? I was like,
I'm used to it. Video game credits are the same way, dude.
Oh, they are.
You'll sit there, you'll beat a video game, and you'll sit there for freaking 3 hours through the credits.
Right. You gotta thank everybody. But it's just like, I thought we was gonna get something. I swear, it seemed like it was a hype. If they hyped it on Twitter, they's like, did you see this book? I thought it was like I know it was a spoof, but I thought it was like a spoof, just like a post. I was like, oh, somebody's bullshit. I'm like, oh, this is a real thing. I'm like, oh, let's go. And, I didn't believe you at first, and I saw 6 minutes. I was like, I'm like, oh, so we're already... And then they cut back to the other scene. I'm like, you could have just made that into like a lengthy... You didn't have to make an hour. You could have did 20 minutes, and then I would have been cool with 20. I would have been just cool, but...
So, Ralph, what do you rate it?
Oh, fuck. Oh, don't do this to me. You know it's gonna be 4 out of 10, man.
You actually went lower than I did. Oh. I give it a 5.
Yeah. Which, I actually enjoyed it. I was laughing, and then it just ended. It was like a buzz. It killed my buzz quickly. I was like, well, that's it.
That actually rounds up to a 5. So what we're going to do, we're going to switch screens here so you guys can see how we're going to tier this. Eventually. There it goes. Took a second to flip.
And this is a Marvel.
So at a 5, it goes in the C category.
Yeah,
the Simpsons Special got a C, which means it actually did better than Punisher Warzone, which, to be fair, in the 6 minutes, it was better than Punisher Warzone.
Ain't that a bitch? And that's a whole hour. And somebody put money to that. Somebody put real money to that bad boy. Like, real legit money.
It's also up above. It's actually the highest rated movie we've got so far. And it was only the special for 6 minutes. Maybe we'll pull a good movie here soon.
Yeah, just like, oh, what's this? Boom.
I mean, we'll be ranking Black Widow.
Yeah, of course. Black Widow.
Whenever we get it. So we're not going to record that episode yet. And I actually might go ahead and put this out early, since we're covering Loki anyways. But hey.
But,
speak of the devil.
Yeah. Let's get some real shit here.
So there you guys go. The Simpsons Special, the Good, the Bart, the Loki, goes in the C.
How you gonna show me all these characters and they ain't doing shit? I'm pissed. That actually did piss me off right there. Even Lisa said they're useless. Like, damn. What?
I'm glad that's out of the way, though.
Yeah, we got that
out
of our lives now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about Episode 5 of Loki. Mm-hmm. It was called Journey into Mystery. I have put together lists of topics. Again, we're not going to break down the episode. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about things, and we will give our final predictions on how we think Loki's going to end. He's heard my spiel.
And you heard my spiel, too, a little bit in a way.
So,
it's interesting.
I'm excited to see what you guys think. I'm excited to see if either of us are right.
Or yeah,
This is one of those things where I feel as good as I did for WandaVision, and I was actually damn near dead on in WandaVision.
Right.
So
I was only halfway through it, but I don't know, man. But we'll get to that.
we shall see. All right, so the first topic is covering Alioth.
Which, goddamn, I didn't know what the fuck that thing was at first. I was like, what is that? And then somebody said that's what it is. That's a real thing.
So in the comics, Alioth is like the mortal enemy of Kang.
That thing off of James and the Giant Peach.
Right.
That's what it looks.
It's the nothing in the never-ending story.
It's the nothing. Because it's like, it's just a big-ass dust cloud coming to me, about to eat me alive. What the fuck? The dirty bubble from SpongeBob.
But yeah, so he's an enemy of Kang.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently he guards from the year 2000 BC back, and then Kang conquers the rest of time.
Wow, so he's actually, Alioth is actually an ancient being. Wow, damn.
Right. It is a cloud being that absorbs people, as we've seen in the show, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, and he not only absorbs people, he just destroys things too on the midst of it, like absorbing people.
Kang is actually afraid of him. In the comics, he's actually left Kang for dead a couple times.
Oh shit!
So like, apparently, he is more powerful than Kang.
Wow.
Really,
this thing is.
One thing we do know is it is a living being.
Right. Because
we see
like
Enchantress and I'm already calling her Enchantress. We see Sylvie and Loki enchant it.
Yeah.
It has to be living for them to be able to enchant it.
Right.
So I mean,
this thing.
It's an interesting creature, and I actually thought they did a great job special effects wise of pulling it off.
And he's now part of the MCU now. Congratulations! This thing is. You want to know? That's what it looks like.
He can go right up there with the immortal dragon that's about to happen in Shang-Chi.
That motherfucking
protector dragon.
They both gonna. Hey, spoiler alert! They're gonna. Let me stop.
That'd be fun.
That'd be great. They're gonna clash. Boom.
Alioth would win.
Yeah, because he will dissolve the shit out of that dragon. He'll actually eat it, and it'd be like immortal. Well, he is immortal, but he'll actually be like a god now, more than ever, because he just swallowed a dragon that had immortal power. So he's pretty much a walking, living god now.
Right. Next topic: Ravonna, whatever her name is.
Renslayer, as they call her.
Ravonna Renslayer. Do you think she knows or doesn't know what's going on?
You say she doesn't. I think she knows what's going on. I think she's just... And I was trying to explain in a way of, like, make it make sense, like... Because you think maybe her mind is... I don't think her mind is white. I think she's just... she don't know TV, of course, but I think
I haven't given my predictions yet. Stop telling them what I think.
Hello.
I just asked you a question.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. We're... Nah, I don't think her mind is white. That's it. I think she's all involved. I think she's all in. She needs to die. No, let me stop.
All right, so here's what we do know about her. She has access to all the files in TVA that she wants.
Yeah, through Miss Minutes, which she's main villain. I don't give a fuck whatever he talking about, main villain.
I love in this episode she tries to trick Sylvie.
Yeah. Because Sylvie, can you find it? I'm looking.
Sylvie caught on quick. Sylvie was like, she held on to her. It was like, how long is it going to take?
Right.
She's like, anytime
and
now.
It's like, I'm looking. I'm totally fucking looking. Poor Miss Minutes. She's like, please stop.
You can't trick a trickster, y'all.
Right. Hey, that's what she is. A trickster.
Sylvie ain't stupid. And she has B-15 currently in a cell.
Yep.
And B-15's calling her on her bullshit.
Right. She said, why am I in this cell? Like, that's literally like the first thing she asked them.
And I think the thing that irritates me the most is Ravonna sees and understands that everything she knows is a lie. But she still is like, bureaucracy for the sake of bureaucracy.
Right.
Like, we need to keep going. We're fighting for a good cause.
Right. She even told Miss Minutes, she said, find me everything about TVA because that person might be in trouble. Gotcha. I'm like, damn, you still gonna jump the ship with this person?
So part of my prediction with her, just a part of it,
right, is
I don't think she knows exactly what's going on.
Right.
I think she got into a situation for a specific reason, which we'll go over here in a little bit, to infiltrate the TVA. And I think she ended up getting her mind wiped, but in that process, she became a diehard TVA agent.
She got tattoos that says TVA on that bad boy.
She's all for working for the TVA, as she's proven, but there's just that one scene where she's walking down and she's asking Miss Minutes to find the files on the beginning of time. Right. If she knew what was going on, she wouldn't need those.
Okay.
That's where my thought process comes from. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, when we go through over our full predictions later, like I have a super detailed for everything that I feel like is happening.
Mine's just like right to the point. Like, hey, but he got details too. I'm like right to the point with my predictions. But
I'm confident enough in my predictions. I even tagged Ryan Airy on Twitter and was like, "Hey, I think I know what's going to happen. If you have an email for me to send it to," he never did. So fuck him. I love him. But fuck him. No, Ryan Airy's cool.
No, he's cool.
That's not a fucking in a serious way.
Screen Crush is awesome.
I love Screen Crush.
He's like, no, you didn't help me. Fuck, I'm gonna keep moving. I got you.
But
yeah.
But yeah. So that's kind of where we're at with Ravonna. The next topic's called Loki's survive and they suck.
Welcome to the suck. Welcome to the suck on that one.
So we find out a few things, like Loki. Classic Loki was pruned because he faked his death with Thanos.
Right.
So he made it all the way up to the point where he was supposed to die.
Right.
But casted
he said like something that even got
an
the
image
mad
so real that made even Thanos think it was really him.
Which that was a good little speech he did right there. He said to make him think that I died or some bullshit.
Even goes on to call the Lokis the gods of outcasts instead of
that's interesting.
Which is kind of true.
Right,
They're always on the outside
looking in,
but at the same time, it's kind of their fault.
Yeah, they kind of put themselves there. And may I say, Kid Loki, savage.
Kid Loki got pruned.
Yeah.
For killing Thor in his timeline.
Yeah,
which is savage.
Savage.
Let's be real though. They were kids. I'd hope. If he really wanted to, he could. Prove to me how badass you are. Wait for him to get his hammer and then kill him.
Right. You killed him with that. I mean. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, you get that one. Because I'm like, bro, I thought at the time I said, how he said, how'd you get pro? I killed Thor. All right, credits. Move along.
Although we got to see Frog Thor for just a little bit.
Oh yeah, Frog. And he was going for the hammer. He was trying to get to the hammer.
He was trying to get to Mjolnir, and he was jumping inside the jar.
That was fantastic. So once again, that dust cloud canon, and now he's canon. This is interesting. We got a lot of canon shit in here. That's really in the MCU. That is interesting.
What did you think of the Loki fight?
Cool. Kind of pointless, but cool. Because even Loki was like, I'm really about to do this?
I won't necessarily...
Let's say pointless, but...
I won't say pointless. Okay, so the whole point of the Loki fight was for our Loki...
to escape.
Kid Loki and Classic Loki and Alligator Loki to get the fuck up out of there.
Which, by the way, Alligator Loki... best character ever. He bit the fuck out of...
We're gonna cover him in a minute.
We're gonna
be covering him in a minute.
Okay.
He has his own section.
Okay, guys.
But But no, the God fight. So one of the cool things was the callback to Ragnarok. For those of you, if you've seen Ragnarok, if you remember, there's a part where Thor is carrying Loki and Loki's pretending to be injured. And then when they get out, and he's like, somebody needs to help my brother. He's hurt. And when they start to come forward, he launches his brother
like a slingshot, like a slinky. Just
Kid Loki does the same thing, but with Alligator Loki, except it's in the mirage of Loki.
Right.
Like there's a part where Classic Loki basically puts out images of them.
Oh, I thought that was Kid Loki's power doing. No. Okay. I thought it was Kid Loki's power doing.
It might have been. It was one.
I was like, bro. I mean, I know they're both like cool, but I thought he did it. And
but I'm pretty sure it was Classic.
Okay.
Because Classic's the one that's really good at making images that are realistic.
Okay.
Because you remember he even said daggers ruin the power that Loki's actually have.
Right.
And the kid uses daggers.
Yeah, he got a flaming sword. I wish I had that little.
That's actually in the mythos.
A flaming sword. There's so much shit in the mythos.
To fight a rooster.
You want some goddamn chicken? KFC extra biscuits.
But no. So yeah, this image gets cast so that they can sneak out, but it makes all the other Lokis think that they're fighting each other.
Which you said all of them are Lokis. Every last one of them is a Loki in there. Which I thought maybe they're just random ass people.
No, all Lokis.
Wow.
That's what makes it so funny. So when he goes down. Fucking OG Loki, I can't remember what his fucking name is. Boastful Loki.
Boastful Loki, yeah.
He does. He betrays Kid Loki.
And then you see
and he's
our
like,
Loki,
and he's like, I'm going to be king.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, the new Loki's like, about that. And then everybody draws their weapons. So all of a sudden, Loki's like, I'm going to be king.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
I lied
Loki
to you.
said, I want to be king.
And then
like,
all of a sudden, everybody turned their weapons on him. Like, Lokis can't trust each other.
Right. And that's when I wish I could
remember that. Lokis
Lokis
can't trust each other.
No, they can't. And then I wish they could make that into a gif of Loki just doing. Like, because he did this, he's like.
And the whole time,
like,
our Loki, I'm gonna keep calling him our Loki because it's that way you know who I'm talking about.
Our Loki just knows what's about
our
to
Loki's
happen.
just like, seriously.
Like, are you
like
really?
siblings?
Like,
we're doing this?
Because he was just trying to leave. He just got pruned to shit. And now he's just trying to fucking leave. He's trying to leave. He just wants to just get out. What type of fight is this? Which I think isn't President Loki canon into the MCU also?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also canon. Ain't that a bitch? He's still yeah, up there.
Next topic, Miss Minutes.
Yay! My favorite character, aka the villain of the whole fucking show. Let's go.
Keep dreaming.
That's one that will always be my watch it. Watch. Okay.
I actually have a way that could be true.
I know, but you always yeah.
But we'll get there.
I know we will.
Miss Minutes as a character themselves, no. Miss Minutes can't do shit. She can find files. She can get files for people.
She can tell you about the timekeeper manual.
She can tell you about the timekeepers that don't exist.
Right. There's just about a manual that like, did you follow this manual from right here?
I do love how she plays off of Ravonna and understands what Ravonna's trying to do.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
So like when she's like searching through the files and
she's
trying to make it look like,
and you see the nervous look on her face. She's like, I got you. Like they actually give her a little emotion behind that.
Almost there. Loki's in Love Part 2, as I titled it, because last week we had a Loki's in Love section.
Yes, we did.
So Sylvie was threatened by Ravonna towards the beginning of the episode to be placed in a time loop cell.
Wow, and that's creepy as hell. Like, damn.
And said she would put her in a good memory.
And that's scary.
And then she said, do you even have any good memories? And Sylvie said, not really, except one.
Yeah, except one.
What do you think is the good memory?
On Lamentus.
Huh?
Wait, you said, when she was like...
What do you think is her good memory?
When she was a child. I was thinking she was a child.
I actually think you're right the first time.
It was Lamentus? Oh,
that's what I think.
Okay.
I think her good memory is with Loki.
On Lamentus. Yeah, I was like, on Lamentus. Yeah, when they had that moment and they just like gaze in each other's eyes and then that's what caused that nexus to like come through.
Right.
Okay.
At least that's what my thought is.
Right.
Because my first thought was, as a kid.
Well, yeah.
But the more I thought about it, I was like, she really doesn't remember much
she was
about that.
Snatched up as a child. She was snatched. So
she doesn't remember much about
toys
that.
And that's it.
And
then she does the most savage thing.
She self-prunes herself.
Everybody's doing some savage shit in this fucking show.
She self-prunes herself to get to Loki.
And everybody, and you just see the TV agents, they're like, what happened?
I guess she's dead.
Right. And then she even said like that. She's gone now. Like, well, next thing, like, we're done here?
And then, so when Sylvie finds our Loki with Mobius...
Yeah,
Mobius has his own conversation, by the way.
Yeah, okay, you got a section for Mobius
he's coming
too?
out. I do. She's absolutely thrilled.
Right.
Like, ecstatic.
Right. And they get out the car and do a hug scene and shit.
They didn't hug.
I thought they hugged. Oh, then? I thought they did a hug scene.
They just ran up to each other and stood there and stared at each other. And then she was going to attack the other Lokis. And he's like, oh, no.
Bro,
they're my friends.
Was about ready to... Everybody is savage in her. She was getting ready to savage herself into this bed.
I love the part, too, where she's like, so what's your plan? He's like, I'm going to kill Goliath. And she's like, kill it.
Kill it.
And he's like, I'm going to kill it. He's like, that's your plan.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah. And she looks at that. She's like, and you guys were going along with this? And I loved it because Kid Loki's like, well, I had my doubts.
That was a savage lie. Because Kid Loki, like, why the fuck am I involved in this shit? I don't care about you people. Like, what is this? I'm trying to live. I want to live. I'm not trying to die by whatever the hell that is coming toward me.
And then there were 2 back-to-back moments that was really cool to see their relationship develop in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's the one where they're sitting outside and he creates a blanket for himself.
And
then he made it bigger for both of them.
Right.
And they both want to tell each other that they love the other one, but neither one of them can pull themselves to say it.
Right. It's like, they can't do it. They can't say it.
They're like, what is this even? I don't know.
Right.
What's this funny feeling?
I was ready for them to say it, but it's like, okay, so then nobody's not going to say it? This could be your last mission on this fucking planet.
And then that was followed up with, originally, I think Sylvie's plan was to let Loki go back to the TVA to try and shut it down.
Yeah, because
But then Loki was like, if you're staying, I'm staying.
And the look of her face... See, everybody got like a lot of emotion. The look of her face was like, why are you... What? No, you're supposed to...
At which point, Kid Loki gave Loki the fire dagger sword thing.
Which you said that's Mythos, apparently. Like, you said that's...
Right.
Right, you said it was Mythos, yeah.
And then we saw... let's see, there was that. We saw them give the TemPad to...
Yeah, oh yeah, because at first...
Loki ends up giving the TemPad over, which, again, loved seeing the trust.
Yeah. And he
come
gave him
together.
A hug. He hugged...
That comes later.
Oh, okay.
That's another conversation.
God damn it.
But, like... Sylvie gives the TemPad to Loki,
right?
Which is an "I trust you" situation.
Right.
Like she trusted him to not just run away,
right? Because that's crazy.
And then he gave it to Mobius as a trust thing. So it's finally nice to see the three of them really trusting each other and working together.
This was such a short lived. I wish they could stay a little longer. Damn it!
Right.
So short lived on this situation.
But yeah, so
I get it.
Loki's in love,
end, but damn.
Sadly, I don't think it's gonna last. More predictions. Alligator Loki.
Here we go.
Go ahead and talk about Alligator
MVP.
Loki.
I said I got a lot of MVPs, but you know
this episode I actually give the MVP to Classic Loki.
Yeah, but
we'll
I know he does. But yeah, but I mean, and to be fair, that's true. But I just thought like, MVP because the first thing because first thing Loki goes up, he's trying to, because obviously they're afraid of this Goliath dust cloud thing killing people. So he's like, well, I'm gonna go up here, and then he sees President Loki. President Loki comes down, and the first thing Alligator Loki does is rip that bad boy off. You just hear Tom Hiddleston scream. He's like, ah! Like, oh my god, he ripped this fucking handle. I didn't think they were gonna do it, but they did it. Just ripped it off.
So
like a boss.
Here's the thing.
And Loki can talk. That Alligator Loki can talk. Ain't that a bitch?
I actually think this little part was done in a way as a shout out to another Disney property. That Disney property being Peter Pan.
Well, yeah, okay.
Because, so the alligator in Peter Pan has a clock that it swallowed.
Right. Yeah.
Which can reference the whole time thing.
Right.
And then the alligator biting off Loki's hand is in reference to Captain Hook getting his hand bitten off. Right, because
he said he lost it to the alligator. Wow. Damn, just like that. Okay.
So now, like I said, I think it's just a nod.
Yeah, just a nod. Just like everything else from the thing was a nod. Like the Thanos plane, and that wasn't even
Thanos Copter.
Yeah, Thanos Copter.
Fantastic.
Which that is fantastic. And the fact that the
Did you see the Avengers Tower says Kang on it?
Yes, it Kang. That's what I said. The Avengers Tower had Kang. Yeah, it was like Nathan. It was like his original first name.
Q-U-A-N-G.
Yeah, Q-A-N-G, because it was him that before he turns into Kang. I'm like, so this is I guess a Kang Conquer-esque type void, I guess? No. Okay, I thought maybe that's...
How could it be? Elias there.
Right, because he hates that fucking thing.
Exactly.
It's Eliath. Actually, it could be...
Eliath owns that
it's
one.
Right. It's his own domain.
My spot.
That is it, literally. That's
Plus, if it was Kang's, if you actually think about it, everything that's there has been pruned from other worlds.
Right.
So that would mean the TVA went out to a place where Kang had this building, pruned it, and it's gone.
Right. And then you also said that Owen Wilson's character said we never pruned an alligator Loki.
Getting to that.
Oh, okay. Well, damn it, you.
Mobius.
Now we got Mobius' section.
Has a very short section. Honestly, there's only one point, which was that he doesn't remember pruning alligator Loki. Now, this is going to play into more of my predictions later.
Right.
Mobius doesn't seem to remember anything he's ever done.
Yeah, he's very, very... Yeah.
And I have a reason for that. All right. Next section, Loki has changed.
Yeah.
If you look through the series, he cares about saving people.
Yeah.
If you remember back when they were on Lamentus, he was like, all these people are going to die.
Yeah, he actually felt...
And was worried.
He wanted
something. To help them.
Even though there was nothing he could have done. But yeah, he felt the little emotion from it. Yeah.
In this episode specifically, he sees the other Lokis as monsters who are just like he used to be.
Right, like they all.
Because if you remember when he was getting ready to, when he was leaving, he was like, when he was getting ready to leave.
Right.
He called them monsters.
Right.
And then that's when the other Loki stepped in.
Right.
He no longer has the desire to rule.
Yeah, that kind of went away.
When he was talking with Loki, she was like, "So what are you going to do when we get to wherever is going?" He's like, she's like, become a king of one of the timelines.
Right, she even said,
and he's like, "Oh yes, because ruling sounds great."
Right.
But he said it sarcastically.
Right,
like that's not his motivation anymore. Honestly, his motivation is now Sylvie.
Right. Which that is.
He doesn't care about ruling anymore.
That's crazy how in a whole series he flipped one. Well, I knew he was going 180 when we saw how his whole timeline led him up to everything happening after the events of Avengers. So that happened.
He hugs Mobius.
Yeah, that was a such. That was
and sees him as an actual friend.
Right.
Which Loki hasn't really had any.
Yeah, this is Avengers.
He's had his brother.
Yeah, this is Avengers Loki. So yeah, he never really had nobody.
Step parents or in-laws.
Well, really, his mother. He didn't even have his father. Father didn't really give a damn about him. In a way, I mean, he cared, but not as much as.
Not as much as what Tom wanted.
Right. Like his mom cared, taught him magic and everything. So
right,
yeah.
But it was so cool because when Mobius held out his hand, I was sitting next to Kat and I was like, "Nah, hug him.
Right.
Don't shake his hand, hug the motherfucker." And then all of a sudden, Loki goes, he shakes his head no, and then reaches in, pulls him in, hugs him. I'm like, "Yeah, there you go."
He was so hyped with that shit. He was like, "Yeah, this is it." Because he put his hand out. I'm like,
dude, I was excited about so much in this series, or in this episode specifically. Like when Mobius came in the car, I cheered. Yeah. Dude, I fucking cheered.
He said, "Get in." He's like, "All right, let's go." He gotta get far away. Like Mobius.
I love Mobius' character.
Yeah, just Mobius' character as a whole, just damn. Like, it's crazy, man. These characters are really good. Actually.
Loki won't let Sylvie stay on her own. He wants to be there to help her.
Yeah, because he could have just
that was cool.
went out. He could have just literally left with Owen Wilson's character, like Mobius, and just did their own little.
And thanks to classic Loki, he now understands how powerful they really can be.
Right. Ain't that a trip?
And speak of the devil, classic Loki, who I give
MVP.
Episode MVP.
No, he's for real. I mean, Alligator Loki comes in second, but he is literally
to see. There were people that actually I was reading online that got emotional over this being. I don't see how.
I mean,
I didn't get emotional. I got excited. I was like,
yeah, video was hype.
It was wonder. It was like, wow, like
because he was like.
I guess if you dive deep into the thoughts of the psyche behind it, like him remembering and loving Asgard so much that he can literally remake it by memory. So he has passion for the place that he came from. And his character
did like a 360 like in 30 seconds. Because first he was like I did all this. Now, not tear change, but helping. Because I don't think he was gonna help them at first.
No, I think he had made a decision.
Well, he did that little turn back, but that's like a classic trope there.
No, so I think seeing everyone turn against themselves changed his whole outlook.
Okay.
Because if you remember, originally he didn't want to help Loki to get past Goliath.
Right. That's I was just saying, like,
but I think when he realized all the Lokis were turning on each other, I think even he realized he was like, that's where he was like, we're doomed to do this for the rest of our fucking lives. Like that's all we do.
Right.
And I think this was his moment of redemption.
Right.
He was like, because he sacrifices himself. He dies.
Yeah. To
spoiler, distract Goliath long enough. Dude, this whole episode.
I know.
Spoilers.
I know it is.
Yeah. He does. Dude, I put spoilers on the thumbnail.
You do. You are a badass. I just thank you.
Ralph doesn't watch our videos, y'all. That's why he doesn't remember shit. Honestly, I don't watch them either. She does.
Oh shit, that's what's up. Thank you, Kat. You're awesome. High five.
She may not pay attention to him, but she watches them.
I'm happy she paid. Just a little bit.
But no, I classic Loki, man. He self-sacrifices himself so that
bro, he did a Gandalf "You shall not pass" moment.
They can get to the castle.
Right, he went. We made a whole. I'm sorry.
The crazy scream.
That laugh.
And everything.
Maybe that's why people got emotional. That laugh and him just getting engulfed by life. Like
I need a character around long enough to care about. That's my problem. Like for me, you can't just show up at the end of one episode
and expect for us to care.
And expect for me to care if you're going to die the next episode.
Because I feel people got emotional. I looked at I was on at work. I saw reactions of people like literally like.
I went on Twitter and there were people that were like, I cried and
Like, that's why people
Really?
crying. Like, I'm like, this ain't like Glenn's death from Walking Dead.
Right, Glenn, I got to live like and fall in love with as a character
Right.
for 8 seasons, and then he died. Like,
This
that's
was more
that's
like
8 years. This
Right.
was like 8 minutes
I was gonna say seconds, but
of
sure.
screen time.
Right, that's it.
No,
And see,
no.
and I knew he
it's
was
cool
gonna,
that he did it.
I knew he was
but
gonna go back and save them because it's that classic trope of like walking and then you see the camera, like they're gonna need my help. Well, goodbye, classic Loki.
I want to know where Kid Loki is though.
Because Kid Loki was like that way. He's like, fuck all that shit. But maybe that inspired him to probably.
I'm wondering if Kid Loki didn't sneak through the portal with.
You think the portal could be still like the temple could be still open?
No, I'm wondering if he didn't sneak through the.
Oh, you think he'd be right behind them?
No.
No,
You're trying to figure out what I'm saying before it, and you're not good at that, Ralph.
I'm never good at that.
No.
That's why I'm awesome.
I'm wondering if he didn't sneak through the portal with Mobius.
That's what I said. The tip pod, like, so you saying the tip pod is still open?
The Tim Pack?
Tip pack. What
No, I meant.
the fuck I say?
That's why I was confused. I was like, what the fuck is a tin pod?
The tip pack. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it would still be open. I mean, we might not have seen it, but he might have been with Mobius. They're really good at disguising themselves.
That's a good prediction. Damn it, we supposed to be going. That could be a good.
I don't think he did, though. I actually think he's going to rescue Loki.
Yeah, because maybe he probably saw that whole thing went down with classic Loki, and maybe that probably changed this whole perspective. Like, yo, maybe I can not be this fighting person every day and try to fight. You know, maybe become a hero for once in my fucking life. You know.
Well, he's changed. He
Yeah.
even said that.
Oh, Kid. Yes. I mean, yeah, he probably. Yeah. Okay.
Because he's with the group, and they're like, every time we try to change, we get stuck here.
Oh damn.
Because you notice every time they change, that's what he's saying. Every time they change for good,
Right. They always okay.
they get stuck. They get clipped by the TVA. They get thrown into this void of fucking things and stuck there. So, plus, you know, I'm gonna hold off on that. It's time for predictions, Ralph.
Oh, man.
Since mine is going to take a bit to get through.
Yeah.
What are your predictions?
mine's
How
really
do you think Loki's going to end?
I still think Loki's gonna die, but he's gonna die heroically. Like, it's one of them things. Like, you know, like you said, we survived, but it reminds me of a hero speech. It's like, I survived this long, but it's like a self-sacrifice. He's gonna self-sacrifice himself. Because going back to what Scream Crush said, what if it's another Loki? Well, what if our Loki takes out that Loki, but in the process, you know, he gets killed himself.
Right.
So that's one of them too. I still think Miss Minutes is a villain in this bitch. I mean, not Miss Minutes, but you know, maybe
I mean,
like
she is a villain.
I mean, she's a villain realistically, but maybe she's like, you know, like Wizard of Oz, like, you know, maybe somebody like says pulling the string behind Miss Minutes. Maybe that's why they can't find. Maybe she can't find information because maybe she is one of the timekeepers, but she's just portraying this little cartoon-esque character. Like, you're probably like Ravonna, you're probably talking to a timekeeper right there, but they're not gonna show themselves off to you. Like, no, they want to just keep themselves hiding and you know, plain sight still. So, what else I got? I still think I guess I got that anymore. I think it's gonna end. I don't know, like with all the secrets and the bullshits going on with everything coming to light. Even with the robot situation at the last episode, I just think something bad is gonna happen. Just tragedy. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't see. Like you even said before, it's gonna be short lived. Like, I don't see how this is gonna really end. And all like we're gonna be shawarma in New York. Like, I just don't see that happening.
That will never happen again.
No, I'm not saying like I'm not saying you know what I mean. We're not gonna have a good moment here. It's not gonna end in a good moment. You want to think it's gonna end in a good moment, but it won't. It won't, man.
When have I ever said it's going to end in a good moment? Tragedy doesn't mean death.
Okay, we can play that, Rob. We can play that game.
I've not once said it's going to end good.
Oh, okay. Because I don't see it.
So what that tells me is you don't actually listen when I tell you things.
No, I do listen. I listen. Now go get your long speech.
All right.
I
got to break this down in segments. The first one's going to be based on Mobius. My prediction with Mobius is I feel like to break Mobius down as a character in the comics, Mobius has is a clone in the
Right.
comics. There's multiple versions of him, sometimes 20, 30, 40 in a room at a time. He's a clone.
That's crazy.
But I don't think that's how the MCU is using him. Mm-hmm. So I think the Mobius in this series is a character that probably when pulled from his timeline is a detective.
Right, because of all
Or
the
a
stuff
private investigator.
Right.
Or something along those lines.
Right.
And he's brainwashed, brought on. And I feel like this isn't his first Loki case. I feel like he's always put on Loki cases. But I feel like he always finds out that the TVA is not what he thinks it is. He gets pruned, probably killed by the Void, to be fair.
Okay.
But
Damn.
I then feel like Ravonna goes, pulls him out of time again, plucks him out of another universe,
Just
brings him back, goes through the process again. And I feel like this has happened multiple times.
right.
Here's why. There have been several instances in this show where Mobius seems to not remember what he's doing. Or remember that he's done something.
Right.
Prime example, the coaster situation, when he goes to put the cup down on the table.
Right.
And Ravonna is like, hey, use a coaster. And he's like, but there's already rings on it. She's like, yeah, you left them. And he looks confused. He doesn't remember leaving them. The pen.
Yeah, that was interesting.
When she's like, it's another, he's like, it must be from your other so-and-so, whatever,
Right.
whatever they're called.
Right. Whatever they do. Right.
And she doesn't stop him. She kind of carries the conversation on,
Right.
blows over it, moves on.
Which is kind of interesting because she does that.
Alligator Loki
Yep.
doesn't remember pruning Alligator Loki, but Alligator Loki, due to the conversation that we came into,
Right.
seems to remember him.
Right.
Judging from context clues, obviously the alligator's not specifically talking, but by what classic Loki is
Which
saying.
is weird that they can understand. I mean, I
Only
guess
classic Loki can.
Only classic Loki can. Right.
From what we know.
Right. Exactly.
So, I think, like I said, I feel like he gets plucked out, placed in the TVA, mind fogged. I'm trying to get out of thinking that their mind's wiped, because I don't think their mind's wiped. I think it's buried.
Okay.
I think their memories are buried. Otherwise, Enchantress wouldn't be able to find them.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So I think their minds get buried into the fog of whatever it is that the TVA does.
Right.
They become agents, or servants for that matter. They do what it is that they're supposed to do, and then, like I said, I feel like just naturally Mobius keeps figuring it out.
And
then Ravonna, because like if you remember
Right.
in that episode, Ravonna had no problem pruning,
like, oh, okay, that's it.
and
Bye.
he's gone.
That's
So
it.
I feel like she's done it before, and I feel like that's why she said that they have a special relationship, because
Right.
he's just always constantly being replaced. And I feel like Mobius is going to go get to the TVA and run into himself.
And that's it.
And when he gets there and runs into himself, this is where I can't decide what I think is going to happen. I'll tell you the probable one,
Right.
but then I'll tell you what I want to happen.
Right.
The probable one is I think our Mobius is going to get actually killed.
Right. You think he
Whether
can
it's by the new Mobius or Ravonna, whatever, I think he's going to actually get killed.
like they're just waiting for him once he hits that door.
He may release B-15 before it happens,
Okay.
or whatever.
So they can have like their little last moment together before.
But I do think he's going to get knocked off. Or, my other thing, I think when he gets there, the replacement Mobius that Ravonna's probably already went and snatched, he may get killed in the confusion, and our Mobius is going to pretend to be like he used to be, to stick around to try and find a way to tear down the TVA.
Right. That's
what I want to happen.
That's his new goal in life. Is like, I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down to the ground. Like, oh, okay.
Right. So that's Mobius' story. Right. So then we've got Ravonna, who's a part of this. And this is where him and I differ on opinion.
Yeah.
I think... So a lot of people that know the comics knows that Ravonna and Kang are married. Right. They're a couple. And I think Ravonna was sent in to infiltrate the TVA. The reason being, Kang wants to get past Elias, but Kang doesn't know how to get past him.
Right.
And he's hoping Ravonna can figure out a way to get him past so he can be the conqueror of all time, not just up to a certain point.
Right.
And I think in the process of it all, they probably didn't know that the TVA's minds get clouded over.
Right.
So I think when she got there, her mind got clouded over. She became an agent. She's full force. I'm behind the TVA.
Behind it, like, wow.
I don't think she knows what's going on.
Okay.
I think she is just as confused because there's this scene in the last in this previous episode of Loki where she's asking Miss Minutes to find the files of the start of time because she doesn't even know how it started. So I don't think she's blindly following, which is, we had this discussion a couple weeks ago where I was like, that's what I feel like is the underlying issue. The underlying story is blindly following Faith.
Right.
So I think she's blindly following. She feels
Just
like, hey, this is what I got to do.
Right.
I need to save whoever it is that created this so we can continue doing whatever it is that we're supposed to be doing.
Keep it just going.
I think there's a part of her that is curious as to like who the TVA
and that's pretty much
is.
it. Like, just want to know who.
But I don't think she necessarily knows. I feel like she's going to find out.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure now I don't think she's going to necessarily find out this episode.
No. This is like...
this ain't the last time we'll see Ravonna.
No, she's gonna be TVA might appear in Spider-Man for all we know. Let me stop. Right. They might just appear in Spider-Man. Just randomly appear out of nowhere. Just like, oh, okay.
Right. But yeah, so that's what I think is going on with Ravonna. Mm. Now, moving on to the Lokis. I feel like what's going on with them, they're going to get into the castle. Mm. And so one of the things I love about this episode is they focus a lot on saying Lokis are survivors. Lokis are survivors. We survive. It's what we do. Because Loki's like, well, how do you know we're not going to die? Because we survive. That was his excuse. Lokis survive. Was doing some research and trying to figure out who the leader of the TVA is in terms of in the comics. And the leader in the TVA, the leader of the TVA, the guy that created it, in the comics, doesn't actually have a name. He just goes by He Who Remains.
That's some Lord Voldemort shit. Okay.
Right.
What?
So,
I don't have a name. He Who Remains. What?
I legit agree with Screen Crush on this. I think it's going to be a Loki.
Well, yeah.
Because that's what makes sense to me. If you think about it, Loki survive. The last surviving person in time, being Loki, would want to go back and try and preserve his existence.
Right.
It also makes sense to me that that's why they're pruning Lokis, because the one person that can fuck all this up is a bunch of different Lokis running around doing whatever they want to do in time.
Right.
Because Lokis want to conquer. Lokis want to go out and conquer.
What, if you mind me asking, what if they got their mind erased to do the same thing over and over again? Like, what if Mobius has followed these Lokis, but they don't remember Mobius because they too are in some type of cloudy fog as well?
That's like just it.
Okay.
They do remember Loki.
Oh, okay. I thought that. I didn't know if they remember.
Mobius doesn't remember Alligator Loki. He remembers the other Loki.
Okay, I thought he. Okay.
And that's why they were having that conversation.
Okay.
Because he remembers pruning classic.
Oh, okay,
Loki.
Okay. Sorry about that. I thought maybe like they're going through a brain fog too or something. I thought maybe they were forgetting as well. But okay, continue. My bad.
But I think that's now. I'm pretty sure it's going to be whoever the first ever Loki in time was. That became the survivor and then went back and started doing all this weird shit. It's gonna be a very confusing, muddled mess when it gets to that.
This whole thing is about to be confusing as shit.
But yeah,
it's gonna be like an hour-long show.
I definitely think it's going to be the original Loki, and I actually think it's going to be played by Tom Hiddleston, but aged. You're going to see him as like an old man.
I mean, they did that with Chris Evans, so yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah.
Now, here's where things get interesting. I feel like there's going to be a disagreement, but I don't think, personally, Loki or Sylvie are going to die. Somehow, they're going to get out of there.
Okay.
To attempt to live their happily ever after that they're trying to figure out. But I have this weird suspicion that Baroness, whatever the fuck her name is, this played by Julia Dreyfus, the chick that picked up U.S. agent in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right.
I feel like she's going to show up to get Enchantress. Which is how she's going to get the Enchantress name. I think she's going to go to pick her up, and I feel like that's what's going to fuck everything up. Is I feel like she's going to go with her.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna...
And Loki's not going to want her to, and I feel like that's when... I think it's going to be Sylvie that betrays Loki. Because if you guys think about it, every Loki in the history of existence... in Marvel that they've...
well, like you said, betrayed, but to make something good out of their betrayal.
They betray. That's what they do.
Well, betray.
They betray.
Right.
And I feel like she hasn't had that opportunity. She was a kid that was plucked by the TVA, and then she went on the run.
But she's never... Well, she's been betrayed by TVA, but she never betrayed a Loki, though.
But she's never betrayed anyone.
Right. Well, okay, I thought... Okay.
That we know of.
That we know of, at least.
But she hasn't had a chance to really build bonds and relationships with people because she's always on the move. She's never in the same place. She's hiding inside all these different apocalypses.
How the hell is your... Miro, let's go open up a portal. I've been looking for you.
I can see it.
Me? Yeah, you.
So I think Sylvie's going to betray Loki just and leave him. Mm-hmm. And I actually think that's going to cause Loki to go back to his timeline to finish living out his life as he's supposed to. And I think he's going to end up doing, and I think we'll even get one of those cut scenes, kind of like how we had with the beginning of the series. Right. I think we're actually going to see Loki go back to his fight with Thanos, but I feel like it's going to be a projection of himself.
Right, he's going to do exactly what classic Loki can do.
He realized how strong he is, and instead of hiding off into a corner because he no longer feels like he has to, he's going to actually go out and hunt and try and find Sylvie because he does care about her.
Right. So Sylvie joins the Dark Avengers. Okay. Fuck it.
That's what I think.
Fuck it.
Because Kid Loki... Now, this is a whole other thing.
Kid Loki is just gonna...
Kid Loki's supposed to be a young Avenger, and I think they're building up the young Avengers.
Yeah, they're supposed to, because...
Kid Loki, right. Kate Bishop is
one
going
of
to be
Maximoff's children.
The Maximoff's children are going to get pulled out.
Right. Ant-Man. Ant-Man's daughter.
The dude from Falcon and Winter Soldier that becomes Patriot.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I forgot his name. I got Bradley. I think his name is Bradley. I think that's his name. And then, of course, you got the Ant-Man's person.
Cassie Lang.
Yeah, Cassie Lang. So you have what? That's like what, six?
Right.
6 people?
So I feel like they're building the young
and of
Avengers.
Course, Kamala Khan. Right.
And obviously Kamala Khan's going to be in it. Jane Foster. Well, I don't know if Jane Foster will actually be in it. She'll be in it, but I don't think she'll be with the team.
Right.
She won't be a young Avenger.
It's going to be like Young Justice. It's going to be like Teen Titans. I'll help you, but I got to go do my shit, though. But I'll help you, though, if that's what you want me to do.
So, I do think they're building up that. Now, here's how I think the final post-credit scene is going to go.
Everybody's... No, I'm just kidding.
The final post-credit scene in Loki, I feel like, is going to be back in the field where the cloud was split apart, where Loki and Sylvie walk through.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a kind of long distance behind.
Right.
And I feel like Kang is going to be standing there because finally his pathway to where he wants to go is open.
I can see that actually happening. He's like, he just does like, yeah.
I don't think they're going to show his face, but I think it's going to be like...
He'd be like just
standing there ready to walk in, and we'll see him start walking.
Right.
And that'll be it.
That's it.
And at least because I feel like if they do it that way, they can have anybody dress up as Kang. Mm-hmm. They don't have to show dude's face. Mm-hmm. So he didn't even need to be in it to do it. Mm-hmm. And he could proceed.
And stunt double play Kang, and that's it for me because for right now at least, yeah.
And I feel like they're building up the Young Avengers because, again, the Young Avengers' first main enemy arc in the comics is Kang the Conqueror.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Damn. Just like that. Huh. Damn, we were really...
So I'm super excited. That's my predictions.
So, I mean, altogether, this is all going to set up...
the Loki thing. I forgot to say. The first ever Loki thing, this is where I feel like it could be Miss Minutes.
Okay.
Whoever... If they decide to go with a female Loki... who was the first ever Loki, could be controlling Miss Minutes and voicing her.
Yeah.
That is how I could see Miss Minutes being the main villain, but I still think it's because it's a Loki.
Right. Was that a door knock?
No.
No, I thought it was.
But yeah.
So. But yeah, overall, this was a good episode. It's like stuff starting to come out to light now, and now I'm like, well, here we go. And so this is Kang's factory. Is that what I'm getting, or not for castle? So this is just a random ass castle.
No, it's Loki's castle.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so that's why you were just saying straight up, it's just Loki.
I think it's Loki.
Okay,
it's his castle. He built it. He probably conjured this weird guard dog thing, Elias.
And he gonna be like, "Did you have to eat the classic Loki? I had to be done."
Like, he doesn't care about the other Lokis. The ones that are pruned.
Oh, so this Loki. Oh, so he just has no soul altogether.
No. This is why I said I think he has no problem getting all the other Lokis killed off, because the last thing you want are a bunch of Lokis running around fucking everything up.
Right.
That's what they do.
Right.
They're mischievous. They get into everything, and if they start jumping around to dump bunches of different timelines, that's how you end up with everything weaved, and that doesn't ensure his survival.
Okay, so he, so, because I know Thomas, since our Loki's going to be pretty like, did you even care about this classic? We'd be like, nope, not really.
Right.
And that's going to be a shock, because, and that's going to probably even be more emotional for fans out there, because like I said, they teared up when they saw, I guess apparently, teared up when they saw this man get gobbled up, like right. hungry hippo out this bitch, and I guess that's it.
But no, I could either be extremely right, I could be extremely wrong. I could be a mixture of both.
This is gonna be good.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna love whatever it is that they decide. Well, I hope I love whatever it is. They could completely still ruin the series. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my god! What if they ruin the fucking? They all die. Nobody make it.
But no. So even the ending that I have, it's a sad ending, because I mean that would mean Loki still gets betrayed by Sylvie.
Right.
He's gonna be He's gonna be heartbroken.
Right.
Which could also push him into being a villain for a future movie.
Right, and he will never... It goes back to what Lady Sif said. Like, you will always be alone with no friends. Like, damn. Because Mobius dipped. I mean, technically, he only has her left.
Right.
And if Julia Drivers comes out like some Doctor Strange shit, say, hey, I need you, come here. I'm like, oh, okay. And you just gonna... Yep. She's gonna probably offer her something like, what if I offer you your pass back or something, right? Or I know a guy, or I know a person that can offer your pass back.
Now that's my stretch theory.
Well, that
is Julia Dreyfus being in it, but I do think she's trying to build up an evil team, and I feel like
take on the Avengers. Damn.
I feel like Enchantress. So Enchantress is in the Young Avengers, but it's a younger Enchantress.
Right, just like younger.
This
Enchantress,
this Enchantress is not a young person.
No,
so she doesn't fit the Young Avengers.
This is like adult,
right.
Sylvie.
That's why I think she's going to be a villain who is actually, I think, going to fall in love. I would not be surprised to see Enchantress Sylvie show up in Thor, Love and Thunder.
Damn it.
Because she's always been, she's one of Thor's villains, but she's also in love with Thor in almost every iteration. The comics,
so she's
the movies, or the animated series.
Right. And Taika Waititi says it's going to be a lot of love in the air. Bro, don't do this. But I know they're going to do this. If they do this, bro.
Just wait. We're going to get Enchantress via Jane Foster.
Oh my god.
For Thor's love.
Oh my god. That's going to be crazy. And how the hell would you even go that route? Just like, I love him. I love him too. Throw a Thor hammer right at her fucking dome. Boom. Okay, I can project shit. I'm about to enchant.
Well, we know she gets Mew Mew.
Yeah, she said Mew Mew.
Mew Mew. Mew Mew.
Mew Mew.
I fucking.
Ant-Man called it something. He called it George. I'm like, okay, that's not what the hammer's called, bro.
And we know that Thor's probably going to keep his axe. So.
Oh, he keeping Stormbreaker. Oh, we are Stonebreaker. We're keeping Stonebreaker, man. Oh, definitely. After keeping that bitch.
But yeah, so those are all of our predictions. That's our episode. What are your guys' thoughts? For the love of God, guys, comment.
We are good people. Enlighten us. We're here.
Let us know what you think. Let us know if you think we're nuts.
It really is. At the end of the day, it's just us two nerdy people liking this shit. And
right.
We're not like crazy fans putting out billboards. Sorry.
Stop it. Stop with the billboards. Stop with the demands.
Stop wondering why Tony Stark is not unfollowing people. Be like, why is he doing that? I'm telling you, it's like each time we make a podcast, I feel like each time what fans talk about now. Man, they said they want an Alligator Loki special. I'm like, fuck.
No.
You know that's coming. Just like They were like, I want an alligator Loki. Just a whole movie about him. Like, he's not even talking. He's literally, and only they can stand him is gone now. So no, please don't do this.
Right. But yeah, so I guess that's gonna do it,
what
guys.
Do you give your?
Oh yeah, we didn't give our.
Yeah, I said, what do you give your thing? Good.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. I'll give it 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10.
It was not as good as the last episode
because they did it. They prune people.
But it was almost
Yeah.
as good as the last episode. I'm terribly worried that this next episode is going to be a 2. No, I don't think it's going to be that bad.
No, but it's just
I give it a 9. Give it a 9.
Yeah.
Give it a 9.
So
Solid episode.
We're
We're 3 out of 5 on good episodes.
yeah, because some of them were boring as shit.
2 of them were kind of meh.
This is boring.
They were meh.
They're mew. They
They were meh.
Yep, that's it.
But yeah, all right, guys. So thank you guys for joining us.
Stay tuned. We're going to be doing Black Widow.
I'm probably going to be. This was probably going to be coming out over the weekend.
I got you.
The Black Widow episode will probably come out Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're going to record that over the weekend. And hey, I can't wait to talk with you guys about it. Can't wait to have our thoughts about it. It's going to be fun. It's actually supposed to.
Another chapter.
It's actually supposed to be coming out here in about 15 minutes. So.
And this is actually a chapter of our life that we can finally put
to rest.
The
stupid prequel that didn't need to exist.
Thank you, fans.
That should have existed much, much, much sooner.
Right, the fans actually. Fun fact: the fans were actually rooting for that, but it just came out too long, and that's why fans are flustered now.
And that's what I'm worried about. Just in closing, I'm worried that Black Widow is going to feel underwhelming because we've seen Black Widow in all these grand, insane,
right?
The Battle of New York,
Endgame. Well, Infinity War. How about that?
She was barely in that.
Bro, what? Infinity War?
Oh, I guess technically she was barely in the second one. She didn't do a whole lot of fighting in Infinity War, though.
Right. Okay. My bad.
She was. Yeah, because she's one of the few that survived.
Right.
And then kind of got stuck leading things.
Right.
But she's been all these grand fights and adventures, like the New York, or fighting with Ultron and his minions, and
the airplane scene.
The airplane scene.
Well, yeah,
Civil War, but all these grand things, and
now
all
we're
of a
just about
sudden.
Back down to the ground.
It's about to shrink down, and we're like, we're getting an earlier story before shit got insane, and I feel like it's just gonna be kind of underwhelming and not what it could have been. Like if it had came out 10, 15 years ago.
Screenwriter's about to have a fun day. Getting underwhelming is tight. Like, please, it's gonna be tight. Wow. Billy Convenience. This is a prequel. We're gonna ground the shit out of it. That's tight. We're gonna ground it.
But yeah, God. I'm hoping it's great though.
Oh no, it's got a but just because we don't trust Crazy, it's got a fresh tomato. It's got like a 83%. But I mean, yeah, it can still be
Rotten Tomatoes. I don't trust anything Rotten Tomatoes.
It can still be a shitty movie. We can still be going here and be like, bro, this is a fucking 2, bro. We might as well turn the camera back on. It's gonna be 2 out of 10. Here we go. But now it looks it's gonna be good though. So
I'm glad we were able to get the Loki Simpsons episode out of the way with this because I'm.
We was gonna record that.
Yeah, it was gonna be a separate episode.
We was gonna flip that camera back on and then boom, go right into it. Cause bro, the jokes were there. I swear, like the jokes were there for me. I laughed, but I didn't understand. I didn't understand the whole the perfect family. And then even when Homer came in and saw him just turn back to his Loki self, he said, "Can you turn Ned Flanders to a pork chop? I'll do the rest." Yes, Dad. And then credits roll. I'm like, no, I want to see that. I actually want to see Ned Flanders turn to a goddamn pork chop. I wanted to see that. Like, this is fucking Simpsons, people. Damn. But, yeah.
But, yeah. So, guys, we're going to get out of here. We're going to get ready to go watch this movie. It starts here in 15 minutes.
Good Lord.
Excited. I'm going to try and find something quick to throw in the microwave.
I got some snacks.
But thanks to everybody that supports us. Thanks to everybody that watches. We love you guys.
Yeah, you guys are good people.
And we'll see y'all soon. Excelsior.
Help, but go. I said it this time with you. Yes.
You did. Holy shit.
Yeah.